The following is a paid program brought to you by Western Governors University. A better life, a rewarding career, and a bigger paycheck usually start right here with a degree from a respected university. Unfortunately, degrees have become increasingly difficult to earn, and the obstacles can be overwhelming. Maybe you started a family at a young age or jumped right into the workforce. Maybe you got some higher education, but it isn't enough. Whatever the reason, now you want to go back. Well, let's look at your options. Can't do a physical campus, too much time commitment with your busy life. And tuition prices are at an all-time high. An online university could work, but there are so many. How do you know you're getting a quality education? And most of them are way too expensive. What if there was something different? A university that has the accredited high-quality education you need, combined with the flexibility of online learning. A nonprofit university that's all about its students, not about its shareholders. A university with a completely reimagined learning model that allows you to use your real-life knowledge to move through your degree faster. Sounds like something worth looking into, right? Tens of thousands of people have found a way to reach their goals affordably and on their own schedules. All because one award-winning online university is really changing the way college works for working adults. It's called WGU.
I'm Kathleen Trigg, and as a journalist, education has played a huge part in my career. Today, we're going to be looking at Western Governors University, a nonprofit university with a revolutionary learning model. You're about to meet several people, just like you, who say WGU was not only the right choice, it was the only way to pursue their dreams.
I will never forget the hour, the second, or the moment that I realized that I needed to do the hard work to get where I wanted to be. My husband and I were living on love in a small trailer in Idaho. We had just had our first son, Ace. Then I will never forget a moment that a utility worker knocked on my door in the dead heat of summer. We had fallen behind. She turned off our power that day. My son and I spent his afternoon nap in my car with the air conditioning on. I'm sure that you can understand the disappointment and defeat I felt in those moments in my car. But as I did so, I came to a realization. It was my bootstraps moment, and a moment that changed the trajectory of my life. I made the decision to go back to school. Growing up in a really tight-knit family, that's where my interest was in being a mom and being there for my kids. And then realizing that I couldn't make that work was hard. I decided I wanted to get some sort of business degree. So I started searching for online colleges. And WGU called me. She said, "You'll need to apply for our university. We want to make sure you're a good fit because we want to see you graduate." When the kids were young and I had started WGU, Max and I were on opposite shifts. That meant a lot of studying late at night, a lot of studying on the weekends, a lot of studying at nap time. If I wouldn't have had that flexibility, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did. You can be a parent and be a student, and it works. My undergraduate degree came paired with a job offer. So away we went. We had always wanted to kind of live by the water, so we moved over to the West Coast. When I went back to school to get my master's through WGU, I had already been working through HR. So while I was able to probably scoot really quickly through half of it, the other half was really, really challenging. But having that knowledge has been invaluable. All of that MBA work comes in every day, the same way that the HR work continues to come in every day.
Misty is one of my assistant superintendents, and she has an amazing way with people. It's not just a job for her, it's, I think, really something she cares deeply about. I would consider future WGU candidates in a very serious fashion after having hired Misty and seeing what she's capable of doing.
There's no way to describe it other than to say that WGU was affordable and it was amazing.
Is it the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
When you talk about the things you're able to provide for your children that really make them grow into incredible people, if you have that education, then that's a huge asset to kids growing up. And that's what I wanted for my kids. And WGU absolutely has changed my life. And it's more importantly, I think it's changed theirs.
So, what makes WGU different? Its innovative competency-based learning model. You're measured on the knowledge you possess, not how many hours you spend in a classroom. WGU has a prove-it mentality. When you enroll in a course, if you already know the material, you can prove your competency and move on. That way, you don't have to repeat anything you know, which saves you time, so you can move through your degree faster.
WGU has reimagined higher education by creating this competency-based learning model designed specifically for busy adults. And it's exactly what Jason needed to further his career.
So I can say that I was not looking to go to college. When I was about 24, I began working for the federal government. Started as a GS5. It goes from 1 to 15. Kind of at the bottom, but since I got a few IT skills, they'll bring me in as a 5. I got promoted to a 7, and I'm hungry. This is great. I'm doing what I want to do. Yes, I knew it. You didn't need a degree to do anything. This is it. And my boss comes and talks to me, and he sets me down. He says, "You need to get a degree." And that was the hardest concept for me to understand. I was dating a gal at the time. She was actually going to a school called WGU. So I enrolled. I had a mentor that was assigned to me to make sure that the outcome was successful. I had interactive kind of web-based materials. I had the books, and I could progress at my own rate. That combination lended themselves to me being successful. WGU has built into their curriculum. As you're going through your course, you prove your competency. At the end, you're competent? Okay, so now we're gonna sit you in for that exam. I wanna say I left WGU with 6 different industry standard certifications. When I got the Bachelor of Science degree, I received a promotion. I became a GS11. I went 2 months between my bachelor's ending and starting the master's. It went wonderful, and I finished in 12 months. Having those degrees, I really feel provided the basis for me to survive for the rest of my life. Any door that is open that I want to walk through, and I just walk through that door with my degrees in hand, and I do the job.
So many working adults face problems when considering going back to college. You already have a job, but you can't get promoted because you don't have a degree, and you can't go to college because you're working. It was a system that left many adults behind, and that's exactly what former Utah Governor Mike Leavitt wanted to fix. So he and a group of other governors completely reimagined college education and came up with a smarter way. Their solution, WGU.
We began to ask, could we create a new kind of university that would measure what students know and how much they've learned, and could also advance them on the basis of how much progress they made.
We're going to make certain that the gaps are filled in your understanding, and when you have demonstrated competency, no matter how long or how little of time it takes, then you progress. We're going to care less where you learned it and more if you learned it. This is not just a great way to access the system of education. This is high quality at a affordable cost. This is serious value.
If you've been putting off getting your degree because of cost, time, or other responsibilities, don't wait another minute. WGU has eliminated all those barriers to help you earn an accredited, high-quality degree quickly, affordably, and on your schedule. Chances are, the idea of pursuing a degree is daunting. Maybe you've started a family or a career. Maybe you simply can't afford it. Well, WGU was founded on the principle of making college accessible for those who can't spend the time in a classroom or afford the high tuition. WGU's competency-based learning model lets you prove what you already know so you can move through your degree faster. WGU has a flat-rate tuition, so you're able to take as many courses as you want per term, and you can start your term on the first of any month. This saves you both time and money.
Because I was able to move through my courses more quickly, because I didn't have to repeat the information I already knew, then I could spend more time on those pieces of the course that were more difficult.
I remember looking at the computer and watching all of my courses turn to blue, which means that I was finished. It is a dream come true for me.
At a time when college tuition has spiraled out of control, WGU hasn't raised tuition since 2008. And because WGU is nonprofit, your tuition goes right to your education, not shareholders.
They simply said, this is your flat rate fee, this is books included, everything's included, and here's where you can access them. My peers have so much debt, it's not even fathomable to me to have that much and come out with the same thing that I have.
At WGU, Every student is provided a faculty mentor to coach you through your degree program. This way, even though you're taking courses online, you're never alone.
There's someone that listens to you, there's someone that helps you set goals, and then there's someone that encourages you.
Getting a degree from WGU is more affordable and more flexible. Plus, the knowledge you already have actually means something. But the real value of a degree comes after you graduate. And according to a Harris poll, 99% of employers say WGU graduates meet or exceed their expectations.
For today's working person, whether you're a parent or not, this is the absolute perfect model.
This is really the workforce of tomorrow that WGU is training today.
A WGU degree will be highly regarded.
Go to wgu.edu/no-fee now to find out if WGU is the right fit for you. That's wgu.edu/no-fee. You can start on the 1st of any month, and for a limited time, we'll even waive your application fee, so you can apply with no cost.
Going back to WGU has given me that confidence I needed to know that I can accomplish anything I set my mind to.
Having those degrees, I really feel provided the basis for me to survive for the rest of my life.
Don't let that promotion, brand new career, or dream job slip away. Go to wgu.edu/no-fee for more information now. WGU will even waive your application fee. Head to wgu.edu/no-fee and start following your dreams today.
When I was in high school, I decided that I wanted to be a flight nurse because I really felt like that was the coolest job.
Security's ready for us.
So after high school, I went and got my certificate in nursing. And then after I graduated from that, I went directly into an associate's degree program and got my associate's degree in nursing as a registered nurse. Well, I met Jason when I was a licensed practical nurse at the children's home, and he has cerebral palsy. About 4 or 5 months after that, he started calling me Dad. He's been with me ever since. I want to teach someday. I love to teach. I've always liked teaching. And in the state of Illinois, to become a teacher for nurses, you have to have a master's degree. I decided, it was time now that I could go back to school because I had met my partner and things had settled down. And so I had a little bit more time to do those things and some support. So I went to WGU's website. They have an RN to MSN program, which was perfect for me. Having been a nurse already at that point, 8 years, competency-based education made perfect sense to me because I didn't have to repeat the information I already knew. Then I could spend more time on those pieces of the course that were more difficult. My laptop went everywhere. I completed about half of my degree at work, and that's how I was able to get my studying done. For my commencement, I was selected to speak.
With my master's degree from WGU, I am prepared for the future, and there are no limits on the possibilities.
Having my education from WGU, when I develop my classes that I'm going to go out in the community and teach, I feel like I can think a little bit more outside the box than I could before because now I have these other experiences and this other education that I didn't know before. This has opened doors for me.
So what's another WGU difference? It's more affordable. At most universities, you can pay a lot per course. This could end up putting you in a huge amount of debt. At WGU, you pay a flat rate for a 6-month term. In that 6 months, you can take as many courses as you want. At WGU, you get an accredited high-quality education at a low tuition. So low, in fact, the prices are usually half as much as other universities.
I knew I always wanted to be a teacher from the time I was a little girl. I knew that's what I wanted to do. In 3rd grade, I had a teacher named Miss Williams. I said, I want to be a teacher like you. And she says, you can do that. So it was put in the back of my mind at a very young age that it was possible. But sometimes life gets in the way, I guess, and you have to work and provide, and so that's what I did. My son was just an infant when I decided that maybe I needed to look back into this college thing.
Well, I got one pop, and
I wanted him to go and be whatever he wanted to be, but I didn't do that, and I kind of felt there was this disconnect. How could I encourage him to follow his dreams when I didn't even do that myself? I was surfing the web, and up pops this WGU, and I thought, what? You cannot get your full teaching license online. So I started doing some research on it, and that's how we figured out that it was legit, it was real. The price and the affordability of WGU was a big deal for us. When you look at a regular brick and mortar school, you pay for the credits, you pay per credit hour. Well, at WGU, you pay for the 6-month term. However much you can get done within that 6-month term, that was very big for us. I remember looking at the computer and watching all of my courses turn to blue, which means that I was finished. Going from my regular full-time job to teaching, it was almost like a treat. It was like, this is what it was all for. I did have a teacher that was there for me that said, Ellie, you want to be a teacher? You can do it. You keep that dream alive and you keep going. And she pushed me to do it. And that was in 3rd grade. And if I could be that kind of teacher to one student and they follow their dreams, it'll be worth it.
Affordability, flexibility, and a competency-based learning model make WGU very appealing. But the real value of a degree comes after you graduate. So what do employers think of WGU graduates? Well, according to a Harris poll, 99% say WGU graduates meet or exceed their expectations.
As an employee, we look for employees who can do the job well and do it effectively. And that's exactly what WGU measures in their students.
That they've had life experience, work experience typically, and now they have an education and a degree to complement that.
And it fits with a number of the key jobs that we have in our industry.
When someone gets a degree from WGU, the employer can be guaranteed that there's integrity in that degree.
Many graduates say WGU gives them the competitive edge when pursuing that dream job.
When I graduated, I desperately wanted to go to school. Everyone else was going to school. Unfortunately, my parents weren't able to pay for that. I got a job at Cummins. They're the people who make diesel engines. Cummins does have a tuition assistance program, and so I started to look into continuing on and getting my bachelor's degree. My former classmate had told me about WGU, and I started looking into it at that point. So the representative from WGU told me about the competency-based learning approach, and I was really comfortable with that approach. One, I had entered the workforce at 18. I had been working in business since the age of 18, and so I felt like I had a good understanding of the background. It really allowed me to focus on courses that would take me a little bit longer to comprehend. So I was able to get more out of my bang for my buck, I guess. I ended up graduating debt-free. At that time, I was given the opportunity for a promotion to work for one of our vice presidents. So I applied and accepted that position. My husband being in the military. Military families, veterans, and spouses are really important to me. After learning about WGU, I really wanted to help promote that to military spouses especially. I think it's really important that WGU is so flexible. And that is just exactly what a veteran or current service member or spouse needs, is that flexibility. Not having to worry about your location or any of that is an important part of that. I believe that having my degree really helped me kind of say, hey, I'm here to be above and beyond. I'm here to go the extra mile and really learn.
We all have reasons to put higher education on hold. Money, jobs, family. What if you could earn a high-quality degree without ignoring those responsibilities? WGU offers affordable online degree programs designed to meet the needs of busy working adults. WGU's competency-based learning model lets you prove what you already know so you can move through your degree faster. WGU has a flat-rate tuition, so you're able to take as many courses as you want per term, and you can start your term on the first of any month. This saves you both time and money.
I was able to work at my own pace. If I finished a class, then I could start the next one.
At WGU, you don't have any set time to log in, so you can literally study at any time.
WGU hasn't raised tuition since 2008, and because WGU is nonprofit, your tuition goes right to your education, not shareholders. At WGU, every student is provided a faculty mentor to coach you through your degree program.
The paper.
This way, even though you're taking courses online, you're never alone.
With my mentor, I was talking to her every week about the challenges I was having or the triumphs I was making. I think that had a huge impact on my success.
Go to wgu.edu/no-fee now to find out if WGU is the right fit for you. That's wgu.edu/no-fee. You can start on the 1st of any month, and for a limited time, we'll even waive your application fee, so you can apply with no cost.
WGU makes it to where anyone from any walk of life makes it possible for them to achieve the things in their life that they have only dreamed about.
Don't let that promotion, brand new career, or dream job slip away. Go to wgu.edu/no-fee for more information now. WGU will even waive your application fee. Head to wgu.edu/no-fee and start following your dreams today.
There are many reasons why students choose WGU. Maybe the traditional route didn't work out, or perhaps, like Yo Valletta, they already have a degree and want to further their career.
It takes a different person to be a labor nurse. I definitely enjoy being at the bedside and caring for my patients, but I thought, I have a lot more to offer. And my assistant director said, hey, I see a leader in you. Would you be interested, in management? And I thought about it and I said, I think I would like to do that. But I needed to have a bachelor's of science in nursing, and that was one thing that I did not have. Cherish is awesome. She is 6 years old. And I would work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., get off in the morning, get her off to school, come back. I just knew, okay, there's no way that I'm going to be able to physically go to a campus several times a week. I need something much more flexible. Initially, I did do some shopping around and I made the decision that WGU is going to be the best option for me. WGU allowed me to use some of the skills and knowledge that I had already previously acquired and use those as competencies to be able to move forward with my degree plan. WGU also has a flat rate tuition, and so those courses were the same price. It didn't matter if I was taking 1, it didn't matter if I was taking 5, I could still move forward.
She wouldn't be able to go to school if it wasn't for the type program that WGU has for her. And it's been a blessing to see her grow and continue to grow.
It was a wonderful experience for me because healthcare is changing and the face of nursing is changing, and there's so much that I learned that I apply routinely now, and I feel like it makes me a stronger nurse. So I am now a WGU student again, pursuing a healthcare MBA, and I will be done in less than a year.
So, what makes WGU different? One-on-one learning. At WGU, being online doesn't mean being alone. Every student gets a faculty mentor to help guide them through their degree. A mentor is there to advise you on your degree plan, coach you through your courses, and most importantly, keep you on target.
For Julius, his mentor pushed him during the challenging times, and that was the helping hand he needed to pursue his dreams.
My parents immigrated to the United States about 45 years ago. We've lived in all kinds of different situations, lived as a migrant worker, to a very different situation where I'm at right now. So I started school, finished a 2-year degree, got to working with a couple American companies, but the thing was that when I finally got to a point where I could get promoted to a higher position, I met that educational ceiling where, well, you don't have a bachelor's degree. When I started my research into different schools, I came across WGU, and what I loved about it is the price. When he told me the price, I'm like, what? How much was it? My wife was pregnant at the time. We were just moving into a new home, and we're trying to get all these things done. And these were all new experiences. One thing that helped me a lot was my mentor, Virginia Wallace, Ginny. We developed a really good relationship over those 2.5, 3 years.
So you're working on EST1? He was trying to get his degree. He was working full time. He was juggling college and personal life. And he wanted everything. He saw this big vision, but he wasn't sure how he was going to get there. And he had to start learning to believe in himself. And once he started believing in himself, his dream came true.
I was able to complete the schooling and get my bachelor's in 4 terms. At my graduation, I had never met Jeannie, and I looked and there was this woman, and it was Jeannie, you know, and it was just fantastic. It was a fantastic moment. We hugged, and it was a culmination of 2 years, and she was there to share with me. I remember I used to pull weeds for this man, and I was at the bottom of this hill, and I would look up on the top of this hill and I'd see all the big houses, and we were living in a really small trailer. And I thought to myself, oh, one day I'm gonna live in a house on a hill. Now I'm picking weeds on my house on the hill, our house on the hill. So WGU made that possible.
Life's too short to put off your dreams. Standing on a stage like this and getting the degree you deserve is within your reach. When you consider all the ways WGU has reinvented education to actually work for working adults, you have to believe that the dream of graduation day can become your reality.
Whether it's time, cost, or other responsibilities that have been keeping you from getting your degree, WGU has helped thousands of people overcome these obstacles. It's more affordable, it's more flexible, it's accredited. And the knowledge you already have actually means something. Plus, employers love WGU graduates.
So when I see a WGU degree, what it says to me is I've got somebody who understands how to deal with the complexities of modern day life. Someone who finishes this program is going to be the kind of person that we want on our floor supporting our patients in our facilities.
WGU's competency-based learning model lets you prove what you already know so you can move through your degree faster. WGU has a flat rate tuition, so you're able to take as many courses as you want per term, and you can start your term on the first of any month. This saves you both time and money.
The education is good. The information you get is good. The flexibility is amazing. You always have that support phone call away. It prepared me for where I am today.
At a time when college tuition has spiraled out of control, WGU hasn't raised tuition since 2008. And because WGU is nonprofit, your tuition goes right to your education, not shareholders.
My peers have so much debt, it's not even fathomable to me to have that much and come out with the same thing that I have.
At WGU, every student is provided a faculty mentor to coach you through your degree program. This way, even though you're taking courses online, you're never alone.
When the students get to that aha moment that I'm going to graduate, that I'm almost at the end, it's a wonderful feeling.
Go to wgu.edu/no-fee now to find out if WGU is the right fit for you. That's wgu.edu/no-fee. You can start on the first of any month, and for a limited time, we'll even waive your application fee, so you can apply with no cost.
Going back to WGU has given me that confidence I needed to know that I can accomplish anything I set my mind to.
Having those degrees, I really feel provided the basis for me to survive for the rest of my life.
Don't let that promotion, brand new career, or dream job slip away. Go to wgu.edu/no-fee for more information now. WGU will even waive your application fee. Head to wgu.edu/no-fee and start following your dreams today. The proceeding was a paid program brought to you by Western Governors University.